All right, check this out, my almost human Kiss nerd family. This is something special I put together, and before I talk about what we're about to hear, I would like to introduce you all for his first appearance on the YouTube channel of the Almost Human 56, my co-host and my best buddy on the interwebs, Mr. Ian Wadley. Hello, Ian.
Hey, how's it going? Guess who's back in the circulation?
That's right. Ian Wadley, a guy that is banned from the Almost Human 56 Facebook page, but I'm going to re-add him. So,
yes, I'm going to be a good boy.
Yeah, he's going to be a good boy. There's a lot of harmony there.
No elder bashing. I'll keep that to myself.
Exactly. Everybody else can bash the elder, but you're not allowed, my friend.
I know that's fucked up, right?
Yeah, I know. It is. You lost that privilege. But I'm letting you back on the page. And, you know, hey, it'd be nice to put Ian back because he likes everything.
That's right.
Oh, and by the way, that sound you hear in the background, we gotta bring this up. All right, let me just segue the whole thing. Me, Ian, and our most popular guy that guests on our show now and then, his name is Bill Wang. We reviewed the Scorpions album Blackout, and as we speak, ironic enough, Bill Wang is still on our Skype, but he's not talking because he blacked out. True story. And that ambulance you just heard is from San Francisco. So he passed out on us. But we had a really great Kiss discussion. And I was like, hey, man, since we're talking so much about Kiss, why don't I edit this part out and put it on the Almost Human page to plug the podcast? Because, you know, a lot of people love the Almost Human page that may not be aware of the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. So this is kind of like what you're about to hear is kind of what you're going to hear on our show. And we have a bunch of Kiss episodes if you just want to see the Kiss stuff. And go ahead.
And most people who've come to the podcast have come through the Almost Human page. So it's very important.
Almost Human is the reason that the podcast exists because I met Ian on the Almost Human page. And a lot of people that are discovered the podcast through the Almost Human page, as well as some of my other reviews. Like Ian discovered me through the Black Sabbath reviews. So,
that's true.
But you know, I mean, there's still people that might not be aware, or maybe never gave it a chance. So maybe they'll want to like listen to this, and you know, maybe they'll say, "Hey, man, this shit's great. I'm gonna listen to it," or probably say, "God, this is terrible. I'm never gonna listen to that fucking podcast."
They might fall asleep like Bill Wang.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they might fall asleep, but not like Bill Wang, because Bill Wang is on a fucking, he's an alcoholic coma right now, you know. But you can hear him.
I love you, Bill Wang.
Yeah. Well, he'll be listening to this because he's a big fan of the Almost Human page, and but anyway, so. Without further ado, what do you say? We're gonna play this. This is gonna go right into it because we're just talking, and we don't segue.
This is popular, unpopular Kiss opinions.
There you go. Exactly. Great. Well put, Ian. Well put. It's some people are gonna agree with me and Bill Wang, and like 2 or 3 of you are gonna agree with Ian. So. So this is just going right into it because we don't intro anything. We're just in the middle of talking about stuff, and then the conversation leads into Kiss. And that's all I'm going to put on here is the Kiss segment. And I don't even think there's an outro. Well, let's do an outro after it's done, all right, Ian?
All right.
All right, so here is our talk on Kiss.
All right, Ralph, listen, Ian, let me ask Ralph a question I've always wanted to ask, considering we both saw both tours, and I'm so sick of people. All right, Ralph. You and me are one of the very few that saw the Creatures of the Night tour.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also saw the Revenge tour.
No, I didn't. I did not see the Revenge tour.
Oh, damn! So much for edit this then. Oh shit!
No,
all right.
I saw Hot in the Shade because what happened with the Revenge tour was Megadeth and Suicidal were playing the same day and literally blocks away from it. And I picked Megadeth over Kiss Revenge, unfortunately, because the Megadeth and Suicidal show were great. Don't get me wrong, they were a great show. That was a great show. But I ended up getting a bootleg of the Miami Arena Revenge show, and that shit was awesome. It was awesome. But if you're gonna ask me which one was better, Dude.
Yeah.
I can only say that Madison Square Garden Reunion Tour was the only show I saw of Kiss that was better than the Creatures Tour. Because I saw every tour. I saw every tour from Creatures of the Night all the way up to Hot in the Shade. I didn't miss any tour. Then I saw the reunion. I saw the reunion tour. I didn't see Psycho Circus because they canceled it down here. And the farewell tour.
I saw that at Dodger Stadium.
And I saw a couple Scab shows for free, so that doesn't really count. That's not Kiss.
Yeah, me too.
But you know, Lick It Up was a great show. Animalize was awesome. Asylum was great too. Creed of the Night sucked. That was a terrible show. I mean, Crazy Nights.
Nights.
But you know, and I'm not judging it because of the album. Honestly, it was really not a good show. That was like, the set list was corny. It was just stupid. And Paul Stanley going on like 20 minutes about some nurse unbuckling his pants. And but Hot in the Shade was fun. See, Hot in the Shade. Oh my
God, wasn't that incredible?
Dude, and Hot in the Shade's like one of the worst Kiss albums, but that show, dude, was phenomenal.
Yeah, I just had today, while I was pimping my show, Justin A6 texted me, and he asked me, he goes, you saw Hot in the Shade and Revenge. What was the better tour? You know, and I said Hot in the Shade, you know, by Heartbeat. And I saw Hot in the Shade twice, and I saw Revenge once. And I mean, I think it all comes down to the set list, because I mean, while Revenge, you know, also brought out some cool ones that they didn't even play on the Hot in the Shade tour, like Watching You,
Parasite,
and stuff like that. Yeah, Parasite. Still, Hot in the Shade was the better tour. And man,
agreed, brother. And he sent me the same text.
Yeah, and what a difference in attendance. And
oh my goodness!
In hindsight, you know, I gotta say it was probably due to strength of opening acts too. Now, whether you like them or not, on the Hot in the Shade tour, I saw twice. Both times, Slaughter was the first band. The first time I saw him, Faster Pussycat was the second band. Second time I saw him, Winger was the second band.
Yeah, Winger.
And these were bands, whatever you think about them, were huge at the time.
They're huge. Platinum albums. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I hate them, but the people loved them.
The crowds were huge. Whereas when I saw them on the Revenge tour, I saw them not only at a smaller venue, but the opening bands were on Revenge. It was Trickster and Great White.
Great White, yeah, me too.
And we're talking Great White in '92 on the Psycho Motel tour, not Great White on the Once Bitten or the Twice Shy tour. We're talking, you know, when Great White was Long in the Tooth, you know, exactly. and Trickster on their second album, you know, not their first album. So yeah, the audience was cut in half. And, I mean, it wasn't a bad show. I mean, at that point, I was such a fanatic Kiss fan. No matter what, I was going to go ape shit. But no, the Hot in the Shade tour shit all over the Revenge tour.
I want to. That's true. That's true. But I'm going to tell you straight up, and obviously nobody can relate to this, but I saw the first night of the Revenge Club tour at the Stone in San Francisco. Only 10 dates they did that. That blew away. That was the best. That was the best post Vinnie Vincent Kiss I ever saw. Was the Revenge Club tour at the Stone in San Francisco. They promoted. It was prior to Revenge coming out. They did 10 cities. They on YouTube you can check out there's a thing about it. But yeah, the Revenge Club tour.
I do want to bring up, and I noticed this, I don't know, about 6 months ago. There is an amazing video on YouTube, a bootleg of the Hot in the Shade tour that I saw, and one thing that was so amazing about that show, and there's two things I can tell you about that show. One, when they played Fits Like a Glove, I knew it because every tour I've seen since Look It Up, they played Fits Like a Glove. I had that feeling that night. I go, this is the last time I'm gonna see them play Fits Like a Glove. I love that song, but I just had that feeling in me. I go, we're never gonna see this song live again. And I don't know why I had that feeling, and it came true. And another thing amazing about that show that I do remember was the drum solo. Because one thing about Eric car was, dude, to me, dude, Kiss with his drum solos was always the highlight, especially after the Preachers tour. But I found out many years later that they cut the drum solo from the Hot in the Shade tour, and he got super pissed off about it. But Paul Stanley, so there wasn't many shows on the Hot in the Shade tour that had a drum solo.
See, and honestly, it was so long ago. I mean, I was 16 when
if you can remember
Hot in the Shade.
If you can remember the date, because I just pulled it up on YouTube, mine was 8/3/90. So if you saw it, if you saw it before that, then you got the drum solo.
Well, I saw one before that, and I think one was in. I think the first one was in Chicago, and that was like June or July. And then I saw it in Alpine Valley, Wisconsin, like in September. But I mean, they were both amazing shows. And I'll tell you another thing that sucked about the Revenge tour is they didn't play Rhythm of Love. And I remember that specifically. I was like, not as good as the Hits tour.
Well, I want to say this, and I think this is a really genius idea, and it's going to bring attention to the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. I am going to edit out this Kiss conversation from this episode and put it as a YouTube video on Almost Human.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, because it's a great Kiss conversation.
Oh, great, so I can't see it.
No, it's the YouTube page, idiot.
Oh, okay.
You're banned from the Facebook page. I don't know your name on YouTube yet, but once I do, you'll be banned. But as of now, you can still see it.
My YouTube name is Rhythm of Love 1974.
Yeah. And to piggyback on what you guys were talking about, my date for the Kiss Hot in the Shade tour was Thursday, September 13th, 1990. Not that you guys asked, but there you go.
All right, so September. I don't know. It might have been after.
When are you going to let me back on the Almost Human page? Haven't I proved I'm a changed man?
Okay, I'll do it. But, you'll be banned for life if you
let him back. He belongs back, man. He's fucking Wadzilla. He's the most lovable fucker I've ever met.
We haven't gotten to fight in minutes.
See that's the thing. See, hear what Bill Wang just said? Bill Wang sounds just like me on alcohol as well. I love you, Ian, on alcohol. But I
love both of you guys.
I will add you back, but dude, one goof on the elder, you're out of this. Now, mind you, everybody else can.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of good shit, but you also got a lot of fucking deep shit that sometimes anymore. You guys go crazy.
Not anymore. It's been a long time since me and Ian has had a fight.
That's right. We've done.
Hey, okay, Paul Stanley solo tour, 1989. Anybody see that? No. I did.
No, I didn't. I saw Randy Rhoads. Did you?
Oh, I hate you. I hate you, you fucker. And that's funny you say that because there's sometimes I think.
I love it. Hey.
No. I think to myself, it's like, oh man, I got this on Dr. Fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I'm all, be careful.
No.
No, but I'm all, be careful. He's going to fucking backtrack. He's going to fuck you over. It's like, fuck it. I'm going to fucking do it. And then you fucking pull that shit out.
I mean,
you're right.
You're like, did you see Paul Stanley solo tour? No, but I've seen Paul Stanley. You've never seen Randy Rhoads. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Well, you got me there.
Did you guys ever see the Hooters on the Nervous Night tour?
Yes, I did, actually. I did. I kicked somebody's ass that yelled out Rhythm of Love that night.
That was
Rhythm of Love, bitch.
Anybody that's listening now to the on Almost Human, check out our episode of Blackout, where you'll understand the whole inside story of Rhythm of Love. So you got to check out the episode of Scorpion's Blackout, because this is from that episode that I'm cutting out of the episode just for the dedicated, fanatical following that is on the Almost Human page. Bill
4 million people plus, baby. Yeah.
Bill knows my numbers better than me when it comes to that page.
Damn right I do. I'm your fucking promoter. Bam.
Which, by the way, I gotta also say that Vieira Vaults is now over 1 million. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
let's hey, Phase Linear. Let's fucking bring that shit up. What's up, man? Bitches, come on.
Phase Linear is a channel where I make all the videos, and those people that are on Almost Human that love my Kiss videos, I'm not just Kiss. You know, I do a bunch of other bands, and you can check
Oh
it out
yeah, they're
on
fucking,
Phase
they're
Linear.
beautiful, man. They're
Thank you.
fucking
Well,
structurally fucking awesome.
Well, the ones they allow.
Basically, you know, all the thousands that follow my ass. Well, if it wasn't for Ralphie area, my shit would be fucking dormant. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Diddly dee, bam.
Bam, bam, bam. All right. So.
Hey, what about the Live the Win tour? What'd you think of that?
I loved it, dude. 1,000,001 and Magic Touch. Worth the
Monday,
price of
November
admission.
13th, 2016, San Francisco, the Fillmore.
What a shitty album, though. That shit.
Yeah, no, you're right. God of War, you're right. But like Ralph just said, oh my goodness, yeah, 1,000,001. Oh my God.
Yeah, and to see Magic Touch. Oh my God.
Yeah, right. There you go. Good. Yeah.
I missed the show in Orlando, and I can't remember why. Because I'm the biggest Paul Stanley nut swinger. But
yeah, I know. You're the only person I know that thinks that Paul Stanley 78 solo is better than Ace. Bam.
Yeah. But that fucking album is atrocious, dude. Atrocious.
It is.
I didn't hate it. I just pulled it up on YouTube.
It has its moments. I'm going along with it. It's not atrocious. It's not great. It sure as fuck it isn't 78 solo Paul Stanley. But like Ralph said, I mean, Ian, you didn't see it live. It was fucking
no, I mean, yeah, but what are you guys talking about the Kiss classics he played, or like, oh, he played the song "Live to Win," and I was like, yeah.
I like it.
No, you're right. No, it's the Kiss. It's the 1,000,001 Magic Touch, and yeah.
Right. I tell you what, there ain't nothing on there like fucking, Rhythm of Love. I'll tell you that much.
No, I mean,
look. The 89 Paul Stanley solo makes Live the Win tour like Rhythm of Love.
Wow, man, I mean, dude, I just thought the show was phenomenal. Yeah, he threw out like songs we've seen before, like a million times, like "I Want You" and stuff like that. But I still enjoyed it tremendously. And as I'm looking, I just pulled it up on YouTube, and yes, there is footage of the Fort Lauderdale show. October 23rd is when I saw it, 2006.
Oh, okay, October 23rd. Oh wow, so a couple weeks after me, November 13th. Okay,
and I also have news that I want to break now on the Almost Human channel that I thought of the other day, and I'm going to say it now, and I know both of you are going to disagree with me, but whatever. Dude, at the moment, I'll say this. The Paul Stanley 78 solo album is my second favorite. Ace would be the first. And Paul, and I know you agree with me, Bill Wang, but I think you both are not going to agree with me when I say this. Peter Chris' solo album is very close to as good as Paul's.
Ooh.
Oh, no. First of all, we're talking about Backtrack City. You fucking ripped him, ripped his albums. Hold on, no. I'm not trying to, I love you more than I fucking love air. And I appreciate the fact that you've kind of come around and said, you know what, I said shit in the past, but now, hey, we all have redemption, okay? Yeah. And fuck yeah, Paul Stanley. I mean, Peter Criss, that album fucking rules. Yes. And I'm glad you've kind of turn of affairs.
This is what I wanted to bring up about it.
What's that?
If everybody wants to go way back, before I even had an Almost Human channel, the first time I ever talked about Kiss on YouTube, it's an interview with me and Kevin Warhalf, where I grabbed the Peter Criss solo album and I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. I threw it on the floor. I was so disgusted. And in that same interview, I wanted to throw the Psycho Circus CD. I hated it. Because I watched it recently. I was like, wow, I hated Psycho Circus too at one time.
Yeah, because it sucks.
So now, but yeah, I know, you still feel that way. But this is why I bring this up. For the people listening now on the Almost Human channel. I want to do a Peter Criss solo album review remaster. Is that the proper word to use? Like if I want to redo it?
I would love to be participating in that, and that is fucking badass.
All right, well,
man.
Then Bill Wang, why don't you and I, and Ian, if you want to join us, it'd be cool too. Why don't all three of us, but not for a podcast, let's do a Peter Criss review for my Almost Human channel.
All right, let's do it, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's just do it a remaster. It's a remaster. I want to take back, And you know what? I'm going to one day sit back and watch all my reviews, because also another thing I want to take back is I used to think Hotter Than Hell was the best out of the first three, and I still love that album, and I love the first three albums. But now I think it's Dressed to Kill. I think Dressed to Kill is the best of the first three. And I'm a fickle motherfucker.
Matter of fact, hold on. Dressed to Kill. Since episode 80, Dressed to Kill is the second highest rated rock and metal combat podcast.
And why is that, Bill?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know why that
Who
is.
was on that show? I can't
is,
remember. It was me, Ian, and I forgot who else.
Me.
Oh, that's why.
No. On a serious note, since episode 80, at least on Podbeam, the Justin Childers, Guns N' Roses in my.
Yeah, but you see, let me bring something up about that. See,
all right.
And believe me, Bill, I'm not discounting you. You know, I think you're the best guest and everything.
You better not.
I'm not discounting you, but I will tell you this. I guarantee you, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 has more numbers than 2, and 2 blows it away as far as the podcast episode.
Yep, that's true.
Part 2 is one of the greatest shows we've ever done, and it doesn't have the numbers of part 1. It's just sucky.
Well, I'm just basing it on numbers. All I know is since episode 8, the Dress to Kill and that Guns N' Roses are the highest rated ones.
And you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, Bill, because this is something I'm putting up on the Almost Human channel just to people aware. Dude, we reviewed Psycho Circus, Elder, Dress to Kill. What was it?
Lick It Up.
We did Lick It Up. We did top 20 Kiss songs or whatever. I don't know. Or Kiss
Unmasked.
No, Wang wasn't on
Crazy
that
Nights.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, there's a bunch of Kiss. Yeah, and our Kiss episodes are usually the highest rated ones. They're the ones that people listen to the most. But I want people on, the Almost Human page to check it out. And, this is an excerpt of that. It's an exclusive. It's a rock and metal podcast, combat podcast, Almost Human exclusive episode.
Well, I'll tell you what. And here's a crazy fact. And I think I might have brought this up. I don't know if it ever made an episode.
That you like Rhythm of Love?
I love Rhythm of Love.
That is crazy.
But anyway,
I love you.
But if you remember, Ralph, when we first started this, I said, let's do it as a YouTube thing because YouTube's more popular than podcasts. And you're like, no, it's got to be a podcast. It's got to be a podcast. I was like, okay. I knew right away you were the reason people were going to come in. So I was like, okay, whatever he says.
And I was right, dude. The podcast, and now podcast.
Initially he's right. Even though Ian has basically built his own stardom on his own.
Podcast.
Yeah. That's how we all met. It's because of Ralph. Hello.
And podcasts have become much more popular since we started. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. But what I'm saying is, though, our highest rated, if you go by Podbean numbers, our highest rated episode is top 10 worst Kiss songs. Wow. And that's got like 3,500 downloads. But
that's a good one.
But it's a great one. But you put up the shit on YouTube. Our episode on YouTube of Judas Priest Sin After Sin has almost 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean that's weird because there's a lot of I tried to get a lot of people to listen to the podcast, and they're like, I don't listen to podcasts. I can't sit there and just listen, to people talk. And I get that because not everybody can listen to talk radio. Some people can. Yeah. I understand that. But you put shit on YouTube, which everybody goes on YouTube. And Ralph, when you do your YouTube shit, it's amazing, and it pisses me off that more people didn't like initially. Ralph, you did a YouTube version of every episode, and you put so much work into it where it's like constantly a change of pictures. It's revolving around the episode. That shit that takes fucking time, and that's not to say you don't do that with your editing, because your editing is top notch. Chris Sinzak from Decibel, a big podcast.
It's Cisner.
Yeah, Chris Sinzak
podcast
said,
superstar. Just ask him.
Chris Sinzak said that your editing is top notch.
Thank you.
And he wanted to know what program you use because your editing is that good.
I can't tell.
Well, as good as that is, your video editing is even that much better. So, you know, there's this market, like, we know VFart, which we fucking hate. There's people who only watch shit on YouTube, but that just shows you, if that's our highest numbers on Podbean, but our YouTube numbers blow that away, man, what an untapped market. You know?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate the kind words from you and Sizzler and Bill Wang. I do. You know, the thing is that it is amazing. There are times I think to myself saying, man, how do I have time to sleep and breathe with all the shit that I do? You know, I run 3 bands.
Well, because while I'm banging chicks to Rhythm of Love, you're sitting at home editing. You know?
Hey.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I'm just kidding. I'm jerking off listening to Savage Amusement. I don't get paid.
All right, so back to Kiss. Anyway, since this is going to be on almost... So, Ralph, February 4th, 1986, Asylum Tour.
Yes.
Versus Wednesday, March 30th, 1988, a Crazy Nights Tour.
Asylum,
did you see both tours? Did you see both? No, did you see both tours?
Wasp opened the Asylum Tour, West Palm Beach.
Right, I was there. Right on. Okay,
and, Ted Nugent opened the Crazy Nights Tour at the Hollywood 420.
Anthrax opened mine. So, anyways, your opinion, what was the better show?
Asylum, hands down. Asylum was a good tour. It wasn't great, but it was good. The one thing I remember the most about the Asylum Tour was Paul Stanley getting off stage, because I was very close. I was like all the way up front, and going up to a girl's tank top, lowering her fucking tank top, and rubbing his face in her tits. True story.
Oh my God, Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
Yeah, he actually did that. This chick was going crazy with her arms up. She was wearing a tank top, big ass titty. He yanked her tank top down and rubbed his face in it. And this is something that you know wasn't staged, because only us in the front row saw this shit. And I also remember Wasp had these big heads on a pole.
Right. With the blood on the neck. Yeah.
And then playing Widowmaker was the highlight of their set. Wasp was really good that night. And I also remember, as you can see on the Crazy Nights video, but he did this during the Asylum Tour. Gene had a bass that shot out sparklers from the head, just like what Ace was doing on the Dynasty Tour. Hello.
Right.
So I remember that too. But I remember Kiss was really great that night, but they did not have King of the Mountain on the set anymore, which I understand was on the set list at one point.
Did you guys see the recent interview with Steve Riley, where he was talking about possibly an old Wasp?
It's not going to happen.
Get together.
Not going to happen. There's too much bad blood with Chris Holmes, you know, and Chris Holmes hates Blackie, and Blackie, you know, is a dick. But but I don't know. I think Chris might do it if the money's there, but probably the money ain't going to be there.
Right. Ralph, how many farewell tours shows did you see?
One.
Really? I saw
only
8.
one, and it wasn't that great, dude. I gotta tell you, it was other than the Monster Tour. The Monster Tour was
one.
Deep.
Wow. Yeah, I saw 8.
I
traveled to different states.
See, I didn't. I couldn't. This was 2000 when I was broke. You know, I was like, but I did.
Yeah.
I saw.
Now I'm broke. 2000, I had money.
Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't afford to go anywhere. So they played West Palm Beach, and I went with my friend Holy George, and which we have a video on the Almost Human page. Me and him. It's called.
So just to give people the perspective, they played a place where previous tours. Give us an example. What tours did Kiss previously play this venue?
Oh, the venue that I just saw, or the farewell tour?
Yeah, on their farewell tour.
The very first time I saw Kiss at that venue, West Palm Beach, was the farewell tour. They never played there before that. I saw them one more time after that, Scab Kiss, which, believe it or not, I'm going to be honest, and I actually I went for free. My buddy was going to take his girlfriend. His girlfriend didn't want to go. He called me, dude, you want to go see Kiss? I'll drive you. I'll give you a free ticket. I was like, yeah, why not? I ain't doing shit. So I went to go see the show, and I'll be honest with you, dude. I know it's Scab Kiss and it's sacrilege, but that set list was really good. Like instead of doing God of Thunder, they did Unholy, where Gene flew up in the Raptor. But check this out: during Unholy, Paul Stanley was nowhere to be seen because Paul Stanley fainted on stage. Nobody knew this. I read this on Blabbermouth the next day, or I don't know if it was fainted or it was dehydrated. And anyway, so they played Unholy without him and something else. And after the show, they had, I think you guys are familiar with this, they have a thing called Instant Live. Do you know about this?
Yes.
Yeah, where my friend bought it. And dude, it's the weirdest thing. We waited about half an hour after the show, and he had a 2-disc set of that show. And we played it on the car way home, and it sounds amazing, like a fucking live album. And it was the show we just saw. And it was a great set list, dude. They played I Love Her All I Can that night. It was like deep track night, you know? Yes, it's Scab Kiss, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough that when I had I got offered free tickets again to see the Monster Tour, I took it. Now, mind you, they came, that show, okay, the show I'm talking about, where Paul fainted, Poison opened that show. So some of you guys would know it. And dude, we saw about a song and a half, and I told him, dude, I cannot.
Yeah, that was 2004.
All right, 2004. That show,
I saw that June 20th, 2004.
Dude,
yes,
I lasted about 2 songs for Poison. I go, bro, I'm sorry, man. You can sit here all you want. I'm going to get beer. I'm going to go hang out there. I cannot watch this tripe. It was just terrible.
I saw Scab Kiss once for free, and I think it was 2011 or 2012. They were playing, it was like some kind of NCAA basketball big tournament was here in New Orleans, and they were having these free concerts, and Kiss was there. And yeah, I'm the same way. I can't lie, it wasn't that bad. Shit that I'll say I really didn't like was that Tony Thayer played Shock Me.
Yeah,
I love you.
That reminds me. I did see Scab Kiss 3 times. Because you just reminded me, I saw Scab Kiss at the B&TT Center. I forgot who opened that one, for free as well. And yes, that night he played Shock Me. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
That's when I walked out. Oh, fuck no, man. I fucking said, fuck you, and I fucking left. I left the concert. So yeah, I basically left.
Hey, Wang, you think that's bad? I saw Kiss on one of the rare Elder Tour shows, and Alan Schwartzberg did Dirty Living. And I was like, that's it. I'm gone. I'm just kidding. The guy who held all the coke was next to me. And I snorted one more line. I was like, but if he does Hooligan, I really mean it.
Saturday, October 31st, 1998. The first date of the, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. It was fucking so badass. The Psycho Circus tour. I know nobody else can even compare because nobody else was there, but I was there with my dad and one of my ex-best friends, and we were doing ropes, drinking Heineken in the parking lot. And I'm going to tell you straight up, that was probably one of the best Kiss shows I ever saw, but the best technical concert of Kiss I ever saw ever was Easter Sunday, April 3rd, 1983. Motley Crue opening up for Kiss. Creatures of the Night Tour. The last date of Kiss in makeup in the continental United States until the Weenie Roast in 96. I was there. And I'm going to be straight up with you, man. Obviously, I love Ace more than Vinny, but I'm going to be straight up. That shit blew my fucking mind. I was in line, and the whole thing, here I am as a kid. I'm going to finally see my idol, Ace Frehley, and it went down. It went down hard. It's like, no, he's not going to be here, dude. That's going to be some cat named Vinnie Vincent. And I looked at my friend, I'm all, Vinnie Vincent? Who the fuck is Vinnie Vincent, bitch? You're nothing but a 2-ball bitch. And he's all, dude, I'm just telling you, man, here's the deal. It's not going to be Ace. But I'm going to be straight up with you. That concert was the most incredible metal Kiss concert I ever was at.
Might as well.
Sunday, April 3rd, 1983.
dude. I know the feeling, dude. We're talking fucking April 15th, 1992. I'm finally gonna see CC DeVille. It was Richie Kotzen. Richie fucking Kotzen. And he came on and you know, and he played Talk Dirty to me. I left, I went home, I listened to Rhythm of Love. I said, fuck this. I ain't doing this shit.
I know you're being funny, but on a very sincere note, as a little, teenage kid, that when I was dropped off out front of the San Francisco Civic Auditorium, I was like, I literally thought I was going to finally see my childhood idol. So, mind you, this is Sunday, April 3rd, 1983. So by that juncture,
you were like, yes, I'm going to hear Torpedo Girl.
Well, hey, whatever. Anyways, so it was very, it was fucking a jarring experience, man, because it's like, and then, just when you're going into the fucking, you see the sign, basically, oh, Ace Frehley is not here. It's like, what? And I literally, cried like a little bitch. I mean, I literally, because, mind you, man, at that juncture, I'd never seen Kiss. But I'll never forget it. I was on Vinny's side of the stage, man, on the fucking, it's like, I'll never forget. I was like 10 feet from the stage. And I had this attitude. It's like, oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. You don't know shit. I'm never gonna fucking and all of a sudden this cat comes out, this fucking little fucking miniature little troll dwarf. And I'm all like, holy shit. He's just like ripping shit up like I Want You and fucking calling Dr. Love and Firehouse. And I was like, whoa, this guy is fucking, who's this guy? It's like, what the fuck's going on, man? So yeah, man, my first experience with Vinnie Vincent was nothing but fucking just thought-provoking. Wow, man. That Creatures of the Night tour, man. That was just I know my wife fucking hates Vinnie Vincent and blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck, man. That was like the most metal Kiss I've ever experienced in my life. But that little motherfucking troll, that little Vinnie motherfucking Vincent, fucking with that I Want You solo and the Calling Dr. Love solo and the Firehouse solo and I'm going to be honest with you, that was the most technically proficient Kiss concert I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not trying to fucking say I like fucking that better. So if all the haters are going to fucking, Bill Wang says, no. But as far as technical proficiency, nothing compares to that fucking Creatures of the Night tour. Well, and the doctor of fucking love, Dr. Fuck, knows exactly what I'm talking about because he saw the same fucking show. Bam.
Well, that's how I was with Poison. I was like, who's this Scott Baio looking motherfucker coming out playing fucking Every Rose Has Its Thorn? But man, by the end of it, I had a tear in my eye like that Indian when you throw trash out your fucking window. This shit's on fire.
You suck.
All right.
I love you.
My little, which I'll make it brief. The first time I saw Kiss was the Creature of the Night tour, like Bill Wang, and it was with the Plasmatics, not Motley Crue, which was a life. I mean, let me tell you something. Not only did Kiss blow my mind, and I also want to say, there was no sign saying Ace Frehley wasn't there, but I heard it on the radio on the way up there, and let me tell you something. Ace Frehley is everything to me. When it comes to Kiss, when I was a little kid in the 70s, I had the only Ace Frehley solo album. That was the only one I bought. I had the Ace Frehley poster. That's my favorite member of Kiss, Ace Frehley. I loved Kiss. I loved Gene, Paul, and Peter, but Ace was my favorite. And going to that show, looking forward to seeing Ace. And I heard it on the radio. Ace Frehley will not be at the show due to a car accident. They probably said Vinnie Vincent. And I was like, what? I was pissed. Like Bill. I went into the show and said, fuck it. I bought a ticket. I have no choice. Plasmatics came out. Mind-blowing. Mind-fucking-blowing. That week, I went to Specs Records on US 1, the oldest Spec record that's no longer there, but it was the one that lasted the longest. Bought Coup d'Etat, that album that they were promoting at the time, had the Damned and all that shit. To this day, it's one of my favorite albums, which you could see on the Vieira Vault. I did review it on my review channel. Then Kiss came out, and yes, Vinnie Vincent blew my fucking mind. I wasn't as close as you were, Bill, but I was dead center, maybe 10 rows back, and I had bad seats, and I snuck up at least like the 10th row. But I was dead center on Paul, and yeah, man, I left that show telling people, whoa, I had the Kiss experience because you had the tank, you had a lot of pyro going on during the show, a lot of bombs, and it was not a packed place. West Palm Beach Auditorium is not the biggest venue, but it is an actual kind of like a miniature arena. And yeah, dude, the top sections was completely bare. And the section under the top section was very scattered, and the floor was full. Pretty much how Kiss is today. And I know a lot of people don't like to mention this, but Kiss is doing that Lost Cities tour, and they're not. I've seen the numbers, dude. They're not filling up arenas. I've seen there weren't no free tickets given away, like there are today.
None. Great point. And,
Yeah.
and on a very sincere note, that shit didn't exist back then. Now that's pretty much a predominant big aspect of the shows.
Yeah.
So
Just
yeah,
to fill seats to make
Creatures
it
of the
look good.
Night, no free. So there you
And like the Creatures of the Night era, and I gotta say, the last time I saw Kiss on the Monster Tour, dude, that place was just as empty, and it was at a casino, the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood. Now this is again a small arena. Now this arena was even cut in half. They even put it was cut in half. That's how shitty the attendance was, and it was still. I'm telling you, man, I'd say it was about the same amount of people, like about 500 people in that place. And Kiss today will play stadiums in Europe. They'll play huge, just like fucking Kiss was doing Creatures. They were playing stadiums in.
I was hoping you were gonna say that exactly.
They were playing
They're
stadiums
playing
in
fucking
Rio.
Brazil, 250,000 people. They couldn't even fucking sell at the Berkeley Community Theater.
So
Bam.
as of right now, it's a very interesting time for Kiss because now it's like, what are they gonna do? Are they actually going to, after this Kiss cruise and shit, are they actually going to attempt? They're gonna have to, like they did with the makeup, take the makeup off. They're gonna have to do something drastic to get seats back, asses back in the seats, or just call it a day. Because one thing, and I said this on a prior Almost Human video I put up, I say it right now until I'm blue in the face, and this is where me and Eddie Trunk, because a lot of people compare me to Eddie Trunk on the Almost Human page. This is where me and him differ. Eddie Trunk does think Kiss is going to go on without Gene and Paul. I say it now, and this is going to stay on my page. It's never going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be a Vegas residency. But if they even attempt, let's say they even attempt to do Kiss without Gene and Paul and go out on the road with it, it'll fail so bad. Like, it'll be worse than the attempt of the Elder Tour. It's not going to happen.
A lot of people compare me to Eddie Trunk because I'm fat and annoying. But I think Kiss is going to go back to what really saved them, and I think they're going to go back to Mark St. John.
He's dead.
Oh, they're fucked. Never mind.
Well, first of all, no, hold on. Let me interject here. I think I know it's sort of comedy what you guys are talking about. I think Ralph is kind of like taking in the real situation is, and you mentioned Eddie Trunk. Well, and I'm not trying to kiss ass, so I know people are gonna fucking say, you're Alicia Kitchen, you're Terrence. All right, no. Well, first and foremost, Eddie Trunk fucking posted the deleted video.
For
I
people
don't
that
think.
Bill, for people that don't know what you're talking about, in case some people on the Almost Human page don't understand, there is a video. Look up. It's one of the more popular videos on the Almost Human page. It's called
All right,
Kiss
go.
Diluted. After you hear this, punch it up, and it's very popular amongst people that hate Scott Kiss, and it's very popular with people that love Scott Kiss. They really hate that video. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, basically, here's the deal, Dilly D. Just Google. I mean, you don't have to fucking do it. Just Google Kiss Diluted, and it goes right to the fucking video. and
Well,
it's a spot on video about how the complete fakeness that is what Kiss said. Oh, we're not gonna never fucking have Ace and anyways, man, it's a fucking fabulous video, and it's obviously it was
what's
a Wang,
awesome.
it was a Wang Champion Award winner, and I don't know if you guys know this, but in the Wang Awards, it was the #1 video.
I love that award. Thank you very much for that award.
Well, and what's I mean, this is serious though. This is huge. Not only
Fuck yeah, it's serious, man. Talk to us, Godzilla.
Not only did Eddie Trunk post it, but Dee Snider as well.
Right. Dee Snider, Twisted Sister. Hello.
But the most popular thing Ralph ever posted.
Here we go.
And I mean, as big
I
as
see this coming. I see this coming up 12th Avenue. I see this little goofy thing. All right, what did I post here? Let's hear this one.
20-something years before he posted the Diluted video, in 1986, he posted an album called Van Halen Diluted. Just type up 5150.
That's right.
That's what dreams are made of.
That is
right.
diluted. That's more diluted than Kiss, man.
What you, Bill Wang, Lord of all, the fucking all on most high, kiss, hard rock, heavy metal. What offends you more? Tony Thayer in Kiss or Sammy Hagar in Van Halen?
It's not even fucking close. The God of Wadzilla, my brother, it is Tony Thayer in Kiss. By fucking far. Are you fucking kidding me? By far. That's fucking sacrilege, dude. Here's the deal, Dilly D, bam.
Well, I gotta tell you, as far as my opinion, even though none of you asked, what offends me more, Tommy Thayer or Sammy Hagar? Let me tell you something. It's tough.
Tony Thayer.
It's tough. It's tough for me, Bill, and I'll tell you why. I'll explain to you why. Monsters of Rock
Please
tour.
do.
Monsters of Rock tour. Watching Sammy Hagar doing Running with the Devil was like watching Tommy Thayer do Shock Me.
At least here's a guy who copies Ace's sound. You know, because I like having a guitar player that can recreate the sound. The atrocity is that he wears Ace's makeup. That's so wrong on about a fucking million different levels. That's horrible.
Right.
But at least he can play guitar like Ace Frehley. He'll never be Ace Frehley. Never, ever. He's not a pimple on Ace's ass.
Right.
But Sammy can do nothing like David Lee Roth. Can't do fucking lyrics. Fuck his shouty voice. I wish the aliens would have fucking ripped his head out when they raped his ass with the probes. Fuck him. Fuck Montrose. Fuck HASA, Elemental P, whatever the fuck that.
Hey, would you guys think about my video that I made about Tony Thayer, the Ballad of Tony Thayer?
Uh-oh. Are you gonna get mad?
They made reference to it on Kiss FAQ. There was a fucking, oh my god. And the only reason I didn't fucking share it because I'm apparently banned from it. But that video I made, they fucking made reference to it. But I couldn't share it.
Why were you banned from there?
I don't know. Ask whoever's in charge. I have no idea. But
I've
banned me.
been on FAQ, and I noticed there's a lot of scab haters there. So I don't understand why they would.
Well, they hate you. Everybody hates you.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No. There's people that love me there, and there's people that hate me. So it's not.
There's people that love me there too. I mean, that with the Three Sides guys, when they're fucking ripping me, there's a lot of people that hate me too. But there's most people. I mean, I don't know why, but they hate me. So whatever.
Well, fuck them, man. I don't care. People that hate are good. They're
Yeah, but the fact that when you're brought up on Kiss FAQ, you're doing something right. So that's the way I look at it.
We're brought up anywhere, be it negative or positive. It's a great thing.
Well, all I gotta say is, on the biggest Kiss podcast on the planet, they've brought up Dr. Fuck and they've brought up Bill Wang. Me and Ralph, obviously made reference to that the biggest Kiss podcast in the world hates us.
I did not. They brought me up first. I was brought up on an episode because I did a video on Almost Human about Kiss, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fiasco. And what they did was they talked about it, and they kind of like bashed me a little bit. That the one guy with the one that looks like that cartoon character, the little
a little bit. They ripped you. They ripped about your fucking the darkness of your fucking recording.
You're wrong. You're wrong. It wasn't that. It is all right. This is a history of me and Three Sides, and it's a very short history because after that I used to watch them, but after that I was just so turned off, But the thing is, well, I'll talk about that later. But initially, this is what happened. I did a video talking about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They brought it up. That video I brought up, and in that video they did do a couple little slights toward me. So then I responded, and the way I responded was real quick. I just did it, set up my camera, did it, and then that's the one where they were bashing me because of the lights and stuff like that. And then after that, I said, have me on the show. And they never did. So then I watched like maybe 2 or 3, and then I noticed they had an episode on, Eric Carr was just a drummer. And then it dawned on me. I go, you know what these guys are doing? It's marketing. They want to piss off people, so they'll keep listening, and it works.
Right.
It just doesn't work for me because I see through it. I'm like, dude, I honestly don't think these people really mean some of the things they say. They just say it just to get a reaction. And it works. And hey, man, that's why they are the biggest Kiss whatever, They
by far.
They do it to get, not they, but one of them does it to get a reaction. And
well,
all right, I'll stop. Go ahead, Ian.
No, I was just gonna say I love Three Sides of the Coin because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. And
how's that?
Because that was the inspiration. I found Ralph through his Black Sabbath reviews. Sent him a message. He never responded. But then I found out about the Almost Human page. And then he did a post about Three Sides of the Coin. And he said, fuck these guys, man. I should do my own thing. And I sent him a message. I said, hey, let's do our own podcast. And he goes, you do all the shit and I'll join it. And that's how we joined.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Well, the truth is, but, the way you phrased it is not true. I did not want to start a podcast because of the problems I had with them. I wanted to start a podcast way before I ever had a problem with them because I was a big fan of podcasts and that Skull Sessions, whatever it's called, the hard radio. I would listen to those podcasts a lot and thinking to myself, God, I want to do a podcast. Because, since my reviews were doing so well, I was like, man, I bet if I can do a podcast. But I didn't know the first thing to get around it. I'm very computer illiterate. I didn't know how to do it. And here comes Ian saying, hey, I'll do one with you, and Ian saw that post I did about Three Sides. So we did it. And that's how it started. But, and thank God it did. So yeah, Three Sides is very instrumental of getting this podcast started. But I wanted to do a podcast way before I even listened to Three Sides. I mean, I didn't, And let me tell you something, and I'm not saying this like three sides, but they weren't a favorite of mine. I mean, I would watch them, and I liked them with that other guy or whatever his name was that left. That's when
Mitch LaFon.
Yeah, that's when I was really watching. I just noticed it just became like, oh, let's just bash Ace fans. It wasn't so much because they always have to run around and say, I like Ace Frehley. People just think I don't. Yeah, okay, whatever. But you bash their fan, and yes, people are very passionate, and they get mad at you, and you guys highlight on these people, and there's a lot of people that identify with these people that you bash that they get offended as well. And then I didn't really ever get offended because I saw through the bullshit. But I'm also the type of person that's like, yo, bro, if you like Scab Kiss, whatever, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. But if you're gonna bash me for hating on it, then fuck you. Here's the thing, and I remember, I specifically remember them saying something to the effect of, why can't we like Scab Kiss? You know, I mean, and I'm like, well, you can. Who the fuck? Oh, because there's people that don't like it. Well, I think it's kind of hypocritical on one hand to say, you know, why can't we like Scab Kiss? By at the same time, like trying to counterpoint people that love original Kiss by bashing them. And it has happened. I've seen it happen. I've seen them bash people like with their stupid statistics about, well, the Psycho Circus tour didn't do that well, and this did better, and that did better, and, you know, with statistics. And it's like, dude, we're not talking statistics. We're talking about passion. We're talking about what we like. So we're blue Kool-Aid drinkers. Well, what do they make them? You know? Oh, we're part of a cult. Well, aren't they part of a cult too? Thank you.
That's the same motherfucking people that say Sammy was better with, or Van Halen was better with Sammy.
Oh, let me tell you something.
Horrible.
If they knew that would pull strings and bring people, they'll have Van Hagar fucking episodes for sure. I honestly believe part of that shit is poser shit. It's like they really don't believe it, but they figure this angle will piss people off, so let's do it. That's what I think. I think that. And if it starts new shit with them, whatever, dude. I stand by everything I fucking say, and sometimes I change my mind on musical opinions and stuff like that, but when I do, I'll admit it, you know? So this concludes our Kiss conversation. What do you say? So
Great conversation. Great conversation.
Yeah, and you know what? Leave us your comments, and maybe we'll do another one. Like, you know, a Kiss conversation exclusive for the Almost Human page. If you all like it, leave a comment, and if you don't like it, leave a comment as well. I'm not gonna make an episode to bash you because I'm not, you know. All right, so there you go. That's the end of it. So remember, it's the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. Tell the people where they can find us there, Ian Wadley.
Yes, come to Podbean for the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube or my new page, Scorpions Fans That Like Rhythm of Love.
Yeah.
And that's on America Online. # Nobody's Gonna Listen.
Oh, and if you want to see like unaired stuff, you need web TV.
Yes.
All right, guys.
It's on Spectravision.
So please check out our podcast, okay? So signing off, and thanks again all the supporters out there for the Almost Human page and the podcast and everything I fucking do. And also Ian is a singer of oh goddamn, what's the name of that tribute band?
Eddie and the Boozers.
Eddie and the Boozers, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band tribute band.
Yes, New Orleans only Eddie and the Cruisers tribute band.
That's right. All right, guys, so stay tuned. I'll put up something soon. Later.